Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. I've decided to do a fun little thing where every Friday I come on and tell you a fun fact either about one of my books. Wow, I can't talk this morning. Okay, let's try that again. A fun fact about one of my books or about my writing, something like that. And I'm going to call it Fun Fact Friday. How appropriate, right? So, for today's first fun fact for you, you'll see these are going to be things that you might not pick up unless, I point them out to you. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. So the first one has to do with my Piper Ashwell Psychic P.I. series, and it has to do with the covers, the titles. Wow, it really is Friday, thank goodness, because I need the weekend. Okay, so it has to do with the titles. So the titles are actually really hard to come up with in this series because if you haven't figured it out yet, I'm taking common expressions and I'm changing them. So book 1, A Vision a Day Keeps the Killer Away, is a play on An Apple a Day Keeps the Doctor Away. So all of the books in the series will actually take common expressions like that and then change things about them to make them fit my stories. When I came up with the idea to do this, it was kind of like a joke at first where I was, just like, ha ha ha, a vision a day keeps the killer away. And then I was like, I kind of like it. So I was like, how can I, make this a title and, make it totally appropriate for this book? So what I did was in each of the books, the title actually appears in the story as a line of dialogue, and it always comes from the same character. If you've read the books, then you know that character is Detective Mitchell Brennan. Mitchell is such a fun character to write because he has so many different sides to his personality. And one of them is kind of goofy. And, he comes up with these lines and Piper she does a lot of eye rolling. And it's always at Mitchell's expense. I'm going to read you 2 of them just so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about here. So this is from A Vision a Day Keeps the Killer Away. And like I said, this is the scene where Mitchell comes up with the expression that is actually the title. Okay. You don't get it. He can't, because this is the first case he's worked on with me. Before this one, he and I would run into each other at the station, but that was it. I've read every report from every case you've worked on. I know we're on a time crunch, but we're going to find this guy and Veronica. He smirks, which I find very odd, until he says, you know the saying, a vision a day keeps the killer away. That's the worst joke ever, I say. So that was the first one. And as you can see, it's usually when they're in the midst of a case and Piper's like extremely stressed out that Mitchell comes up with these sayings, and it's basically to get a reaction out of her and get her to chill out. But of course, it just, makes her roll her eyes and she's just like, whatever, Mitchell, The hard part was when I decided to go back and write the prequel. The prequel takes place before book 1, and Mitchell and Piper actually start working together in this book. But I needed him in the prequel because this is like his thing to come up with these lines. So, I creatively got him in here so that he could say the line from the story. And basically, he runs into Piper while she's working on the case, but he is not working on it with her, but he still ends up saying the line. So here we go. This is from A Sight for Psychic Eyes, which is the prequel. Brennan reaches for the door handle before I have a chance to lock it and pulls the door open. You look like crap, Piper. Well, thanks, Detective. I'm having a long day. And it's only lunchtime, Brennan says. Work taking a toll on you? You could say that, though it's not as draining as having to put up with him. Even so, you're a sight for sore eyes. I roll my eyes in response, which makes him laugh. Ouch. You could have just returned the compliment, or a version of it. Am I a sight for psychic eyes? Wow. Not only are you full of yourself, but you make terrible puns. Okay, so that was, like I said, from A Sight for Psychic Eyes. And also, like I said, in every single one of these books, Mitchell is going to have that classic line, which is the title. And by the way, there is the cover of A Sight for Psychic Eyes. So, the fun thing for you is now, as you read this series, you can look for the titles in the books and look for Piper's classic eye roll. It's going to come every time Mitchell says one of them. But there's your first Friday Fun Fact Friday. I'm hopefully going to learn how to talk before this day is over because it's not going so well this morning. Clearly, I need more coffee. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next time. Bye.